Hey y'all, it's Casey Hope from Pizzazz Art Studio, and we are back with a cute little church. All right, so today I'm going to show you how to draw this church, how to letter the word grace, and how to paint it all in 10 minutes or less. Y'all know I love showing you things that you can do in 10 minutes or less. It does not have to take a lot of time to just sit down and enjoy the benefits that art and lettering and painting brings. So I'm going to be your guide, and I'm going to show you just how to do this. Now, as always, we're giving away prizes. That's what we do at Pizzazz. We love surprising people with prizes. So one of you is going to get some of our Happy Mail that we usually save just for our members, but we're sending it to you if two things, okay? If I make it in 10 minutes or less, and if you do these three things. Make sure that you have subscribed to our channel, that you like this video, and that you leave a comment, all right? Somebody who's done all of that, we are drawing a winner, and we will be sending you some Happy Mail if I make it in 10 minutes or less. So let's see if I can. Let's go. All right, so we are back. We've got our watercolor paper, our watercolors, pencil, micron pen. Now on this one, we use a purple pen. I'm probably going to either just use paint, maybe my Sharpie, maybe my Tombow. We'll see as we get going. I have those tools close by, and then I'll make that call as we get there. You can, of course, do this on a watercolor card, watercolor sketchbook, however you want to do it. We just today want to show you that you can create some cool art in just a little bit of time. All right, so I'm challenging myself to do it in 10 minutes. So here we go. I'm about to hit the start button, and let's see if I can do it in 10 minutes or less, and go. All right, so we're gonna start with that church. I'm gonna go the middle shape. So I'm going straight over and then up. Okay, it's almost like a tall rectangle, except we are not going to flatten it off at the top. Here's the middle. I'm going to go up. That kind of tells me where the point should be. And then bringing it over at an angle and an angle. Next, I'm going to pick a spot. Okay, so let's say I pick right here. I'm going to put a little dot there. I'm going to come straight over and put a little dot there. And then wherever I want this angle to be, let's say I want the angle to come to here. I want it to be in the same spot over here. Okay, makes sense? So then I will angle it. Angle it. Did I do that right? Hang tight. Hang tight. I'm going to do a line. Not that you have to do a line, but to help it not to be wonky. I definitely did not. All right, those angles, I usually don't care a whole lot about like precision, and I still don't care about precision too much, but you don't want these angles to be like, so that helps there. Now I'm going to just come straight down, straight down. All right, this will be a little bit longer, a little bit longer. And we've got a good base. So now we're going to do the big curve for the door, straight line, circle up here for that stained glass window. Sometimes I do kind of like a little peace sign looking, and then just some random shape. I'm going to put some bushes over here, just squiggle, 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 angle, angle for that path with a few lines. Put my cross on the top of the church. Go ahead, do some curved windows. Those are pretty, kind of match the door. Tall crosses for those window bars, and that's a pretty good layout of the structure. Let me go ahead and letter the word grace. Oh, let me do that too. Okay, gonna start right here. G-R-A-C and E. All right. Now I'm going to grab my micron pen and just start going over this and doing quick little lines. As I do that, let me talk to you about the word grace. Somebody just recently was asking me, like, if I'm starting to learn lettering, how long do I have to practice every day? And I was thinking, well, are you going to practice every day? Like, I don't know if you're going to practice every day, but if you were to practice every day, you could do 5 minutes a day and you're going to see a very big improvement. But one thing that I suggested to her, and I would suggest to you too, if you are starting to learn lettering, start with one word. Instead of trying to memorize the whole entire alphabet, start with one word. And maybe that word's grace with here today. You do the G that goes into the R, and you may have to do that a few times because it's a little funky. It's a G and a swoop and a swerve and then the R. Do it a few times until you get it right. Then you connect the A and the C and the E. And the more you do it, the better you'll get. And it's a lot easier to work with one word and to kind of keep rolling with it until you get it like you like it. And then suddenly you've mastered at least one word. To me, that's a lot easier way to practice than to try to start memorizing the whole entire alphabet and then trying to do just random words. You know, start with one. It can be grace like this, or it can be any word that you want. We do have in the show notes, we do have a link to our 20 days of lettering and devotion that you may enjoy. It's devotionals, but then also lettering. It's a grayed out lettering at the top that you can use to practice. All right, so now I think I'm going to do Sharpie with this. I'm tracing my lettering. I'm just thickening up the down stroke. So anywhere that you're naturally coming down. And then before I start painting, I'm just going to erase some of this, just some of the pencil marks that I still see. It's not a have to, it's just if you've got a lot of them, it's nice. I'm going to take it off camera just to kind of get all these pencil stuff gone. All right, and now it is time to paint. So let's see, I'm going to start, let's see, I've got this black, but I sure don't want that like dark black. I'm going to dilute it to where it's very light. Okay, kind of around the edges. I'll put it around these edges. And then with plain water, I'm going to add plain water to dilute it even more. Do you see how adding that water helps it just to kind of fade into everything? Okay. Next up, I'm going to get one of my browns. Might even mix it with a little bit of the yellow here. Put it on the cross, put it on the door. I want a little bit more yellow in that door, I think. Get a little bit more of the brown for the walkway. I'm going to go to a little bit of the darker brown also. I think I'm going to swap to my smaller brush, come in with some of the green bushes. So I'm going to do a couple of different shades of green here. So I'm just going to kind of squiggle, 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 squiggle. Then I'll get a little bit of the other green. And then we're going to have really a lot of fun with these windows because we want them to kind of have that stained glass look. So I'm going to start with the yellow. And I'm just going to kind of here and there. Oh, that's a little too much. A little too much. Okay, so I did the yellow. Then I'll come in, let's see, with a little bit of the purple. I'm going to dilute it down just a little bit so it's not overbearing. And then the last color I'll use is some blue. But you can really have so much fun with this. Like, you can be putting whatever colors you want. If you find that your colors are starting to turn muddy, you may want to wait for a little bit and let them dry before you come back with other colors. Because sometimes they're in such a tight little space right here that it is a little hard for them not to like bleed all over the place. But if it's dry, you can come back over there and they'll just sit on top. They won't blend into everything else. So I feel like that's pretty good. All right, I'm looking at the timer. I say we got 1 minute left, and I think we're good. I'm going to get a little bit of this gray, put a little bit more right up here. That's a little darker than I wanted, but that's okay. Maybe even a tiny bit of the gray right in here. I'm not going to blend it in because I don't want everything to go black, but I'm just going to put in just a bit. And I think we're done. I think we're done with just a few seconds left, but we did it. We got like, what, 15-ish seconds on the clock, but we did it in 10 minutes or less. So one of y'all are getting a prize. Just be sure to do all the things, y'all. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, all the things that you got to do, and we will do a random draw every single month. We go through and we look at who is in our videos, who is commenting, who is participating, and we like to just surprise you with something. So make sure you do all the things, and then also share this video if there's somebody that you know that would love, hey, a quick little free 10-minute art tutorial on a cute church. Send it to them. Share the love. We would appreciate it a lot. All right, y'all. We'll see you next week.